It went from balls to nuts and dancing movies to scary movies. It started with a real close call and it ended with a shutout. So we are getting ready to break it down and recap each and every duel with a special guest joining us. We have Ashley, the champion of season 4, in the house tonight to help us make sense of this season as we are approaching the midway point soon. So, welcome, Ashley. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm excited.
We appreciate it. Last time you were here, you had won some money. And any highlights you want to share with folks about what you've been up to since your season wrapped up and you've gotten back
Yeah.
to real life?
I've been up to a lot, honestly. I kept my word. I took my family to a Blues game, so rented out a suite, and that was really cool. That was core memory for my little niece and nephews. They would loved it so much. I've been to a lot of Blues games with that money. I'm gonna be so
I was gonna
honest.
say, how many games have you been
I
to?
I already had partial season tickets
Oh,
before
cool.
anything happened. But then I bought ticket. Oh, I'm so sorry. Disclaimer, my cats are crazy. Um, I bought tickets on the ice for me and my best friend.
Sweet.
Yeah, I bought a new car. That was
Ooh.
cool.
Good for
Wait, what did
you.
you upgrade from? What did you upgrade from?
I had a 2018 Honda Accord, a
It's a good
very
car.
nice color.
Sensible vehicle.
Yeah. And I bought a new Buick on Vista. So
Oh,
Congrats.
congrats.
thank you.
Fancy. On
I love it,
Vista.
and I've never had a new car in my life, so it's
Good
been
for
really
you,
nice.
girl. That's
Treat
awesome.
yourself. Treat
I-
yourself. Yeah, your Instagram is always you on the ice, like at
Yeah.
the ice, watching the ice. Bruce. I'm like, wow, she is like making a home there. They must have like a suite with your name on it now. I
Did
think
they
that's
play Gloria at every game? I'm curious.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not for a few years, but yeah, like, I told my dad, which he did not understand. I was like, I'm the most well connected of anywhere on earth at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. The amount of people I know at this point and the random things I've gotten is crazy. But yeah,
I
That's so
remember
cool.
a
we
lot
need
of my
to go.
shout out.
We need to go
Well,
sometime. I need to get the hookup.
Yeah.
if listeners don't remember her, I'll just give you a clip.
Play. All right.
My only goal was to make it past episode 1, to make it past the first week. And now I'm going back to my corner with a category that nobody wants. And I Pine Boost to give me that little extra cushion, a little extra fear for people to come for me. Everything has turned out exactly as I wanted. Maybe I am a witch.
That was
Oh,
a great
all
Ooh,
shot, Brad.
spooky.
I love that last line. Maybe I am a witch.
Maybe I
So
am.
good.
Well, your category from season 4 seems to have found a new home on season 5 with Roman Empire. It is also a category people are playing hot potato with, and
Hey, people
nobody
do
wants
not
to
like it.
touch
I'm
it.
mad. I'm like, drop me in.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't want it. What a waste.
It's
Sorry.
like I'm there. I know. I kept thinking, I was like, Ashley's got that. Ashley's gonna nail that.
Yeah.
So should we begin with Duel 1, which basically highlights the fact that Roman Empire is the redheaded stepchild of this season's Forescape?
Yeah.
Kayla out and out says to Rob, nope, don't like it, don't want to do it. I'm going to stay up here, I'm going to play. And she challenges, surprise, surprise, Josh. They're both tatted up, they've both got ink, and she's ready to duel in tattoos. So I got pretty excited about this category. I too have been working on my sleeves for a few years.
Ooh, beautiful.
So I am a big fan of the needle, but
How many tattoos do you have, Angie?
well, I've got a full arm
Wow.
going
It was
all
the
the
most
way around
surprising
both
thing about
sides.
Angie
It's
in
hard
your
to see,
life.
but
That's fierce.
How many do
posted
you have,
a-
Ashley? Do you have tattoos?
I have 5. So not
What about
even
you, Nikki?
close
What do
to
you?
Angie.
0.
Oh, Nikki, we're the ones without tats on the
Oh,
show.
you don't have one either? I know.
No.
I'm a little baby. I'm
Ash-
such a baby when it comes to needles. I wish I could do it, but
Ashley, my wife got a ring tat. She was like, "You should get one, Brad." And I'm like, "Nah, I came in this world with no tats. I'm gonna leave this world with no tats." So I hope she's
appreciate
not
that.
offended. Yeah,
I
Valid.
appreciate that.
yeah, valid.
I
Anyway.
do. I,
So,
well, the
so
thing-
Angie, did you do well on this duel?
She should crush it.
I would have, I believe, done very well. A lot of
I
those
figured you
tattoos,
would have.
I have at least half of them in some representation.
No
on
way! Oh, that's
a
awesome.
good amount anyway. All the nature ones, birds and bees and flowers and
Trees.
I thought this was
butterflies.
really cool too. I liked the direction they went with it. I thought it was a very cool like concept
too.
for a duel. So
Me too.
shout out to
'Cause
the producers for that.
What else were they going to do? They were. I mean, you can have a needle and ink, and maybe Saran wrap. I mean, at the end of the day, what else you got? So I think they had to go. They had to go with that, and I think it was a good representation of different styles, and it was pretty fantastic because I don't think we've seen a duel with as many slides as season 1, when Lindsay and Matthew, I think, went up for United States.
Are you talking about Matthew, your old boyfriend, Matthew?
No, different one.
One of
I
her
go through-
hundreds
I go
and
through
thousands
them,
of
like-
boyfriends.
I go through them like
wait.
Girl Scout Thin Mints, Brad. I've got so many boyfriends. You just can't.
Yes, girl.
Before you get started, did Rob flex? He flexed. He tattoo flexed on them though, because he's like, I didn't let my kids get a tat, but then on their 18th birthday they got a tat at the house, and I'm like, okay, so you're rich enough that they bring it to you.
Yeah.
He
And
like
you know
totally
they brought-
tat flexed.
They brought the kid.
He likes to flex.
The hygiene
Yeah, he's a
stuff.
flexer, man.
He's a
He's
big
got a
flexer.
tattoo that he's not terribly proud of. There's some stories about his tattoo. People should check that out.
Where's it at?
But on his arm.
What is it?
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. It's been faded. But
It
if
says
you
Oh,
look
but he
at it-
doesn't like it? Oh.
But he was talking about his son's tattoos, not just on this show, but he'd mentioned it before. I think John Owen has like a keyboard or something because he's into music. I don't know. But, you know, tattoos can be great. They can be fun. I think they are very much a part of the current cultural moment. They've gotten a lot more acceptable over the decades. So I was not surprised to see it. I'm glad
Yeah.
they showed it. I thought it was great. We had 42 slides.
Wow. They
You
You
did it
counted
amazing.
42.
Yeah.
Holy
U.S.
smokes,
states
man.
is the only one that's had more, and that was in season 1. And that started talking about, well, what happens when they run out of slides, right? Because you only got 50 states. What happens if you're like tit for tat really fast? And they
Hasn't that happened?
Yeah,
Didn't that happen in
Our
Ashley's
season
season?
happened.
Oscar last season with
Yep.
Phobia.
Yep,
And
well
they just
done.
like, wait, category complete.
Yep, and that was
Crazy.
It's like, whoa, okay.
We couldn't even believe it. We were all like, what does that mean? It was really cool.
That's really neat that you had that distinction. And of course, the opponent with the most time would win. At this point, it was neck and neck, came down to 2 seconds. And if she had got hummingbird out of her mouth before she said sparrow or whatever she said in instead of it, I think she would have taken it at the buzzer beater. So it was super close, and it was a fun duel to kick off the night. What do you guys think of Josh?
I like him. And you know who he looks like? He looks like a mix. You'll probably know one of these people, Chad Michael Murray and Broadway star Matt DeAngelis. If I had a baby, it would be him.
You mean Chad Michael Murray with his hair like from Freaky Friday?
Yes, yeah.
I can
Almost
see
like
that.
Tamu. I don't want to say Tamu Chad Michael Murray, but kinda.
Oh.
But Josh is so adorable, so we'll give it to him.
When we were filming before we started filming season 4, we had the standards and practices meeting, and they brought in the alternates, which I'm sure they have done for all of the seasons. But because it was state-based, there were 50 alternates, and anyone that didn't get to play was going to be on season 5. And I remember Josh from the S&P meeting.
No way.
Oh, wow.
In the first row, and I was like, that's a cool dude. Like he was just like kicked back. He had his tattoos out. Like I was like, that's a cool guy.
Yeah, he had
So
cool
I
vibes.
was waiting to see him. I was like, what is he gonna be? And then his category was tattoos, and I was like,
Yeah.
shocker.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. So I was rooting for him, and he did great in this duel. But
Yeah.
as we're
He
gonna
was-
find out, he doesn't
He
stick
was
around.
very, very calm, very cool, very chill. I like the way that his name was Welcome on his
Yeah.
on his uniform shirt. If you noticed that, I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
So yeah, he stuck around because he won at the last minute and decided that he too did not want to inherit Roman Empire. And alas, he decides to go after Taj. Now this is an interesting moment
But
because
wait. But I got to drop Angie because he says this, and I'm confused by this.
I'm totally sure what a biopic is.
I think he was kidding. I hope.
I hope so too.
I don't know. Is it bad that I had my computer out today after work tonight playing my drops for my wife? I'm like, these are just, I love my drops.
No, because they're
just-
good, man. Your drop game is like considerably improved
Ashley,
week after week.
But
I
Brad,
don't hear
don't drop the soap.
Good job.
oh my gosh. Ashley, just one thing you need to know about this guy.
Sunday topic!
Well, Taj, he started out, he was already up there once. And I think this was an interesting twist because he had that corner territory carved out, and I think he was sitting on that thinking, I'm set for a while. You know, if history is any indication, I'm probably going to be good. And he wasn't. He's right back up there defending Sunday toppings. So
Come on, Opta. Sunday
Yeah.
toppings.
Sunday toppings. So
Sunday topping!
there you go.
We were a little flat there, but we'll try next time.
Oh my gosh.
Which of those toppings would you absolutely not put on your ice cream?
Granola? Ew? What the heck?
I didn't understand the granola.
I knew
was
what
like,
it
man,
was, but
I
who puts
don't
it on ice cream?
No, it wasn't vibing.
And coconut? Not
Yeah.
I've never
me.
seen Nutella on ice cream personally, so I
No.
was surprised by that. I was like, I don't really know if that's
It looked more like Ashley and Nikki and Angie. It looked more like the toppings you get at a froyo shop, where you're getting the frozen
A
yogurt
little bit
and
more, yeah.
But more like
Yeah,
a
and-
mix-in.
Like pink berry or orange
my
leaf.
son goes and he piles like 5 pounds in this cup, and I'm like, dude, we're paying $20 for you to eat some.
But it's the
Yogurt.
best.
100%.
I
Yeah,
suppose.
it's like $8 an ounce for gummy bears at that point. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
And I
I
love
know,
every
it's-
second of it.
It's highway robbery.
Do they sell them by the bushel? I think you can get a bushel of gummy bears on
I'm a
Amazon.
gummy
for less
addict,
than
though.
Froyo.
Me
I
too.
love gummy bears. They're so good.
Well, we
I
did have
have
an interesting
Starburst
moment.
minis right here.
Oh, girl. Look at how
So good.
those are good. Mini Starbursts for those who are listening later and not watching now, since you know it'll be on the pod. I got a question. This is for Ashley and Nikki. Sorry, Brad, but
It's okay. I
that
don't care.
moment, I think it's the first time we've actually seen a tiny bit. I'm not going to call it smack talk, but maybe we can call it dual interference. When Taj was struggling over granola, and he says almonds, pecans, walnuts, chia seeds, and then he's like pass, and then it's like granola, and he's like and then Josh says what, like what, like come on, like what? Either he's saying what at granola, or he's saying what at Taj, but then Taj says to him, "Oh come on, man, now don't do that." And there's some. I was like, how are you having time to have the beginnings? Of
I
a
know. I was like
Time
trying to
duel.
focus every last bit of energy I could on the things. Like I couldn't have a full conversation like some of the people do. Props to them, but
Yeah, they were like very casual, extra casual. I thought I just thought that was an interesting moment that happened. But anyway,
First off, I'm confused why you left me out of this conversation, Angie. I mean, I'm
well, I
watching the show
wondered how
with
you would have felt. in
I
that
mean, I'm
moment.
just sitting
You've
here,
been
I'm watching
going
it,
on.
and my son Max was like, "Oh, what's he saying? That's getting a little saucy up there."
See, so Max noticed it too.
Max noticed it, and I was
now-
like, "He's like, come on, man, don't do that." Is
Hey,
this the
Ashley,
one that doesn't high
did you,
five
did
him?
you notice Nilla wafers?
Yes, Ashley, we saw that. Sorry. That cat
Yeah.
just about had a suicide mission on your head.
Yeah, the cat jumped off the wall, but I do. Did you see them Nilla wafers?
Yeah.
Remember on our season, vanilla wafers versus Nilla wafers? I'm like, they're bringing that back again.
And
They-
recently,
They
were
just
like-
took wafers, right?
He said vanilla wafers, even though
And
it's
it's
Nilla
Nilla.
wafers, but
Nilla wafers for people.
Whatever.
who don't know.
Again, you're gonna get me started on my diatribe about how the floor just makes the rules up as they go. They
Yes.
really do.
You know,
Absolutely.
They do.
It's an organic process. So Taj ekes out that win over Josh. Josh goes home. He doesn't get the fist bump right away, but it's all good.
oh, that was rough.
It was a little
Like
brutal.
he looks like a
cold, man.
dick during that, and Josh is just there with his fist out, and
Yeah.
he fist bumps
He's like-
himself. He's like, "Well,
womp, womp.
guess I'll go die in the corner
Has
over
it ever
here."
happened to you guys? I've done that move before where I've done the fist bump and it's not, or it's almost as bad as the wave because you think the chick is waving at you, but
yeah.
she's not, and you're like, and you're like,
They're like, well, it's the wave, and then you like fix your hair like you
Yeah.
weren't waving at all. So
Yeah.
well, Taj says, "Dude, I'm going back to my corner. I'm done. Let's see if I can carve out this corner for longer." And we get the first randomizer of the night, and that randomizer lands on our second favorite floor, Nikki. This is Nikki eco-friendly living.
Thank you for specifying, Angie.
because you are
Angie,
number one in our hearts.
was
Thanks,
Taj
babe.
the one? Was Taj the one that said this? Help me forget me if I'm wrong here.
I really don't want all this territory. People want to try and get you and take the money. I kind of wanted to lay low, try to take it one step at a time.
That's what's wrong with the floor, man.
Yep.
What he's saying. Am I wrong, Ashley?
Not my favorite strategy, but it has worked every other time that's not season 4. And I do think that Taj is getting the winner's edit. He's getting the like Rob Roush treatment to me.
Oh my god, I hope
Very
not.
brash.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
he-
I'm not vibing with him. If he wins,
Wait.
I'm not gonna be
Yeah, I don't want that.
Because Rob, the whole time on Traders, if you are just like tuned into reality TV at all, they're asking him like questions to like explain his gameplay and like almost over explain it in a way that's trying to like endear you to him. And like, I love Rob Roush.
Me too.
However, I think they're doing the same thing to Taj. I think they're giving him the winner's edit personally. I could be wrong. He could go home next episode. But that's my assessment. That clip is actually what made me think that. I was like, oh, done.
It was
Like,
very
That's
extended.
fair.
It
So
was
you're
a
saying I
long-
pulled a clip that you actually liked? Okay, good.
Because otherwise, why would we care? Like, why would they say his strategy? Because the viewer doesn't care unless it's relevant. So that's
Okay,
very
first-
possible.
his interviews are very like he's very happy. And if you watch my interview clips, I'm also very happy. And like I'm saying things very like like they're only asking him about himself. They only asked me about myself because they didn't interview me until the end. So that's my assessment of the edit that Taj is currently
Okay,
getting.
first off, I liked Rob on the Traders. Ashley, he was good. Traders was really good. But second, did Ashley did we talk about her having a winner's edit when we were on the show? I don't remember doing that. Did we?
I don't remember, but I do think some of us had kind of pegged her as a front runner. I don't think it was because production's edit swayed us. It was just she had an intimidating category. She'd carved out a niche. People were it just seemed to like work in her favor, kind of like it was all going according to plan. I think we did talk about that, but I don't think we talked about an edit.
I like her because I like her better than we're gonna get to this guy at the end. Ashley, Eric, we're gonna get.
Well, he's up next, right? He's in the
Humility is
season with
not
Nikki.
his strong suit. Let me just say that it's not.
You know what? And again, is it an edit? Is he being edited to be a villain? He certainly isn't being edited to be terribly likable. He's, pitted.
Not
he's
at
called
all.
The snake, the mastermind. And it doesn't help when he cuts away and says, I plan to be the greatest floor player in all of floor history. And I'm like,
Like,
oh,
babe,
dude.
you couldn't get hairball. You're not the best player in all of. Like, are you kidding me? That pissed me off. You can't get hairball, but you're the
Or
best
croquet
player.
ball, or
We're not there
meatball.
yet, but when you end the duel being like, that might be the most passes ever. Like, you're not
I
in the
know,
conversation.
but you're number one. Sure, Jan. Sure.
He can't hold the jock of Brian. For one, Brian was 100% more likable than this homie.
Yeah.
Like Brian was like, "Hey man," he would always shake your hand. He was happy to see you.
He was so cute.
He was. This guy's kind of a douche when you get up there. He may be nice as all get out. I don't know, but he comes across very douchey to people.
Well, Ashley's point about like the most passes in a duel, you can't really wave the big foam number one finger. It's like St. Louis being like, we're number one in STDs, which I think is still the case. There's flexes.
Isn't that the villages in Florida?
Oh my gosh, old people, man, they hump like crazy down
know,
there.
that's
man.
That's
actually
my
a
goal.
fact.
Once I'm like 80, why not?
That's a fact. The highest rates of STDs are in retirement and active senior communities. Because
And we love that for them.
To prevent
I mean-
pregnancy or
I
anything
mean, they're
else.
gonna die in the next 20 years. Why not, right?
Right.
Think about that tonight, Grandma and Grandpa. Anyway, Nikki and Eric go at it, and you're right. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 passes that I counted. And
Oh
here's
my
the thing.
gosh.
I want to know what y'all think about this. I don't need the time boost. I'm not going to use my time boost. Thoughts?
So cocky. But I mean, it did work for him, so I can't talk that much, but it did.
Nikki, you were rooting for him to lose, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The first time he didn't use a time boost, I was like, okay, like you felt really confident in balls because it was a speed category, like whatever. I don't know. I could have given it a pass. When he didn't use it the second time, I'm like, buddy, you are flying too close to the sun. This makes no sense. And then you didn't even go. Sorry to jump ahead. You didn't even go for the third win. I'm
No,
like,
that's the
your
thing.
strategy-
That made no sense.
I
Yeah.
don't think he has a strategy for all his strategy talk. And I'll say that he got lucky. Now, let's be fair.
Very.
A lot of the floor is luck. It's a lot. Who do you end up with? What is your position in the 100 grid? Do you have a category you know really well? Not whatever. There's some luck, and yes, it's a lot of skill.
A lot of it.
But
Both. Yeah.
your cat.
What?
I'm allergic to cats, Ashley. It's coming through the pod. I'm
allergic
about
to
to
'em.
sneeze.
Too, I forgot.
But here's the thing. That duel, and I broke this down because I thought, what hubris to say no to using your time boost. And I say that because my philosophy was always, it is better to use it and not need it than to have needed it and not used it.
Oh my god, it's
I
like going
thought
with an
if-
idol on
I thought
Survivor.
if I
It's
lost,
stupid.
if you lose and you don't play that time boost, I don't think I'd have a long time to forgive myself for that whoopsie. So I was
Seriously.
like, dude, you're bold. But
Angie.
I'll tell you,
Angie, would I ever let you live that down?
nope, not in all of life. So
No, I would be
dodged
on my
the bullet.
deathbed and I'd say, Angie,
I dodged the
you
bullet.
didn't use that stupid 5
I
seconds.
didn't. Well,
And then we'd smother you with a pillow.
Yeah.
Well, 100%. I'll tell you this: it wasn't until Nikki passed the pickleball they were tied, basically 11 to 12 seconds, with Eric being ahead by 1 second, and she had to pass on pickleball, and then she passed on cheese ball in a panic, and the clock trickled down, and he won by a mere 8 seconds. So that
He's
was pretty
so lucky.
close.
He's so lucky.
And
But-
we'll resume as Ashley already did to the next duel because we basically have the same thing. Lather
But I
versus
have some insider information, ladies. I
Yeah,
do. I
what's
have
that?
some insider
Tell me,
information. Eric has a coach. He had a coach for the floor. He hired Alex from season 3
Oh,
to
that's a
give
lie.
him.
That's a lie. Brad, stop throwing
I know
Alex under the
Alex is
bus.
listening somewhere. Alex, we love you, man. But he's giving him bad advice. He really
It's
is.
not
He's-
uncommon.
Wait, what? Are you serious? He actually hired a coach?
No, Nikki.
Oh, I'm so gullible. I was like, this guy's really a freaking loser.
You wouldn't
No,
be
I bring
first.
up Alex because I've always said
Oh,
Alex made
okay,
the dumbest
all right.
decision of all
That
time.
makes me feel better.
This would have This would have passed Alex. Angie, this would have passed Alex had he lost. Would have passed Alex as the stupidest move ever on the floor.
It's absolutely. I think if he'd lost, it would have been very much
Embarrassing.
fodder for people.
Well, it was
to
still
go for a
stupid to go
while.
back after 2, Ashley, because he
Yeah.
could have stacked the 5-second and the steal a category.
I don't know what his plan was at this point. I will say he wouldn't have been the first to hire a coach. That would have been Steve, the winner of season 3, who has said that he had a coach for the floor. Which I'm
Wait,
like,
who won season
sign
3?
me up. The chef, Steve,
Steven.
in the corner.
Oh my
Great
gosh,
guy.
Ashley, he's the
He
most.
hired a chef. Wait. Oh, yeah. I'm like, he hired a chef.
No, I don't think he hired
his
him. He
husband.
had a coach. I should.
The chef hired a coach, not the chef hired a chef.
I
Got
think
it.
his
What'd
spouse
you
was
say,
his
Ashley?
coach, but he kept calling him his coach throughout the season.
Yeah, his coach was his husband.
Yes.
Oh,
He did say he had a coach and like
Oh.
Manny Cat very
he was
briefly.
gay.
Okay, that's normal.
He was
Wait,
gay.
Yes. All the best players are.
Very
except for
straight
the three-
passing though.
Except for the 3
Yeah,
women.
thank you,
who
Nikki. My gaydar was not cooking there. It was
Brad,
not-
when in doubt, just assume everyone's gay on the floor.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I-
honestly,
what did you call
Or
it?
at least bi-curious. I mean, you can cover all
At
that.
minimum.
At a
What did
minimum.
you say last week, Nikki? The old gay bait and switch, man. That's what I got to do.
yeah,
Oh,
honestly,
gay bait and switch, quote Brad Lowe.
man.
Welcome to the Ballcast Network, baby.
I like this. Mountain says it's true. We're all at least 33% gay.
At least 30. I love the at least and then the specificity of 33%. That
33.33333 repeating percent.
Is Mountain Mike?
That's our
is-
buddy.
Yeah. Okay.
3.1925. I don't know what is pi. I'm pi percent.
Wait, so that leaves 70.
1415926.
Yeah,
That leave 67% of straight guys. I have a 67% chance of making it one day. That gives me hope.
Yeah, for sure.
You've been
But you
beating
still
with
haven't booked Brad, so
Well, Brad,
What'd
you
you
got to
say?
keep us. You got to keep us on that chat track. It looks like Tim and Mike have been in there visiting. You're
Yeah,
usually
dude,
gonna pull
Tim
up the
says,
highlights.
dude, Brad, like 33% of the floor is gay.
Like 30.
Tim, I disagree with you. I think like 80% of the is gay. I'm just saying, man.
Well, we're
But
all
we could-
very happy, and if that's
They're all
what we-
happy. I don't mean like they like the same sex. They're just happy people.
Yeah.
They're just all gay.
anyway, back to balls, right?
Cancel
I
by
don't
the
wanna leave
Fox Network.
our,
Let's keep going.
don't
I will
know
say,
about-
I thought that football, my fat ass thought that football was chocolate. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just my fat ass. It was also Angie's fat
Oh,
ass.
Nikki, come on, man.
I was like, that's a chocolate football. That did not look like a pig skin at all. It looked like an Easter, mold.
I thought it was a Wonder Ball. You know, those like from the 90s, the
yeah,
chocolate
yeah.
Wonder Balls with like the candy inside. That's what I thought it was.
Speaking of like the 90s, the koosh, that was like an 80s thing. It was when
Oh,
they
the koosh
came
ball.
out.
Yeah, we had that in gym.
Yeah, I feel
I
bad.
just knew Angie was happy because Ashley, she was ready to flush the balls category out, man. She wanted it gone.
Finally, we got the
I
balls.
love balls. I love.
Don't we all,
balls,
baby?
all shapes,
She
all
said, we
sizes.
gotta rock these balls out of here, man.
And
I
it's
like
funny,
the
it is
new
ironic
style
that
of
Eric
Duel.
missed the hairy ball. I'm sorry.
Goodbye.
The hairy ball. Nikki's gone on that one. She's like, I can't take anymore.
He missed the hairy ball. And he called the meatball what do you call it? A garlic ball? I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But I'll be fair, some of those were tough. I mean, and unless he
yeah.
grew up in the 80s, he probably never saw a cheese ball. But Nikki was adorable with her blue hair and her chest hair. I want to give her props.
I will say, I almost fashion policed her, but I don't know, something about her vibe I actually kind of liked.
I
So
thought, yeah, her belt, it's like she had everything really put
she had it going. She had, certain people have that certain undescribable thing, that joie de vivre, and Nikki definitely had it. And also this Nikki definitely has it too.
Yeah, you do.
She doesn't have the style you have, Nikki, but
We
I
have
do.
very different style, but I liked hers kind of.
I do want your fashion police update before the show's up. And
Oh,
two,
I have someone to read at the end, so don't worry.
okay, good. And I love the fact that she's like, I'm from Reno, so I'm a gambler. I'm just gonna go for this.
Yeah, she was
I
cute.
like that. Anybody that's like, you know what, YOLO, I'm gonna go for it.
I respect it.
I respect that. Mad props.
My main beef with Eric is like you can't make comments like you're the most intimidating person on the floor and not go for the killer move. Like
Right.
you either
Right.
have a killer instinct on this show or you do not,
Right.
and like he
Right.
doesn't.
Right.
Sorry.
No, he doesn't. And that gets
That's
us
the dumbest
to-
move. Like, why
to,
wouldn't he
um,
continue?
do a
Dude,
four, right? Because he did not. What's he doing? Why does he go? The only thing I can think of is he's a soccer, like he loves soccer, and he's like, well, I can probably get 20K out of the episode if I carve out more territory. But why not go for the next one? Why not go for the sixth?
Yeah.
Why not be super intimidating? And he was not surrounded by a lot of academic categories. There were a lot of categories
Like
that I
they're
would have
really
seen as
confident
easy
in your
pick.
categories. I was like,
Wait.
cocktails?
Yeah, I'm confident in cocktails.
Okay.
Angie, how many times we've done this 4 seasons? How many times I said to you, why do these idiots go back after 2?
I don't know. I don't think they're thinking at the time. And I will say, I got to give them just a little credit because they don't. Actually, I'm going to take that back. On my season, I don't think we had nearly enough time to make decisions. I think anybody who was on my season, if they're in the chat at all, it was like split second. Like when things are shifting and that floor shifts, it's like, what are you going to do? It's not let us take a break, let us stand down, let us fix everybody's makeup. It was like, what are you going to do? In this season, they are getting so much time in terms of their chatter, their talk. And I heard even based on what's not on the show that they still had more time, more chatter, more talk. And I think he's had plenty of time to make a plan. I just don't know why he didn't execute,
But-
like Ashley said. Go
But
for it.
he's the
Cutthroat.
ringleader, right? Isn't there this stupid alliance that we
Yeah.
keep hearing
He's
about?
the mastermind of the alliance because he's using
Man.
his social game to win. It's not Big Brother, bro. I think there's more going on. We've just got to call it what it is and say, call it
Stupid.
a truce. Say,
It's
say you made a deal with the person next to you that you're going to try to attack different parts of the floor. That's
But
kind of
even then,
collusion,
like,
but whatever.
Any deal or alliance that you make on the floor, it's only going to end up serving one person, and the chances that it's you are so low.
Thank
Why
you.
would you ever?
Girl,
Why would you ever
right.
do that?
You
Like
got it.
That's why Ashley's my
I'm
favorite
sorry,
winner.
you have to be able to turn around and stab your friend in the back. That's just how it works.
Yep.
And you only have known them for a day. I'm so
Yep.
sorry. Like the
Yep.
floor, you get very close to people. However, again,
Yep.
to reference Rob Roush, would you give someone you met 2 days ago $250,000? No,
Heck
you wouldn't.
no.
Oh,
Stop
Nope.
with the alliances. It doesn't work. It's never gonna work.
It's not going to work.
And you're setting yourself up to fail. Like Eric is taking advantage of these people because
Yes.
he's clearly the leader.
Thank
It's
you.
benefiting him.
preach it.
However, he has no intention of like holding
Protecting
to
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
agree
mean,
with
honestly,
you.
if these people are that dumb to be like, okay, let's bow down to Eric, then like, good for him.
Then-
Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I would take
Yeah.
advantage of them if I had dumb people around me too. Like, I can't really blame him.
He
The
can-
chat
I-
basically just said that if he can cult leader himself into 60 or 80K,
Then good for him. Like, absolutely, I'm here for it. If you
Thank
can,
you for saying
We're going
that.
to call him like the Eric Koresh of the floor, but I don't know if that
I
reference will
consider
hit
all of
anybody.
you friends. Ashley's my new friend, and I gotta tell you, I would want to beat all 3 of you in the floor. Like I like you all, but I would want to beat you. And if I
Right.
didn't,
My
I'm giving you
best
credit.
in real life next
Yep.
to me on the floor, and I would stab her in the back. I'm so sorry, and she would stab me in the back because she's a smart girl. Like
absolutely.
that's how it works.
That's what
We're-
we would do.
Yeah,
Well,
if you
I
have a
would say-
brain,
We can be competitors on the game and still be friends outside of the game.
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
that's the way it is.
100%. And I think that Eric, I don't know, not using the time boost, I'm telling you, I was paying extra attention because I thought that was insane, but it only got down to, they were tied at 7 seconds and 7 seconds. And if Maria hadn't gotten 2 slides she didn't know, golden ball, and Zidane from France, she would have won, I think. I really do believe she would have won it. So he's really cutting it close, but it's fine. He did win, so I'm going to give him credit. But why he didn't go for another, I have no way of knowing. And I'm telling you right now, eco-friendly living, that is a pretty, call that elementary category. People are going to come at that. He didn't go back and sit down with ancient Egypt, Roman Empire, periodic table. I mean, he has a category people will come for. I can't wait for next week on that one.
This is what people say about me, Ashley, when I'm around, right here.
A big tough man, so people are going to be afraid of him.
I like that.
Well, you both have beards.
This show gave me the best drops this week. I got to be honest. There were some good drops this week.
It was a really good one. So Eric skipped on a couple, but so be it. We get him going back to the floor inexplicably. I don't know why. And we get the randomizer picking Victor. This is our Mr. Nuts and Seeds. And he seems really sweet. He's got cute dimples too. He went after Tanea in home remedies. And this category was interesting. I mean, we got kind of two clues. You got a picture, i.e. name the thing. But if you couldn't figure out the thing, they had the ailment for which it would remedy. So you kind of had a twofer in those clues. They were, again, name what you see and take the extra context. So any of those surprise you? Any home remedies you're going to try at home now?
Yes.
You're like,
First off, Nikki, Ashley, Angie, when you're constipated, how do you not know prunes? I'm confused about the prunes. Everybody knows prunes makes you go poo.
If you've got old people in your life, prune juice is in their fridge, I guarantee.
Have you ever drank prune juice, Ashley or Nikki?
I
Can't say I have. No.
Oh my
Have
gosh.
you?
No, I haven't drank prune juice.
Okay. So you're not that geriatric yet.
I'm a regular pooper. I don't need to worry about that. But
If you get enough
Happy to hear that.
you're fine.
did you know? I did not know charcoal helps you not fart. I didn't know
It
that.
also makes you throw up.
Yeah, it makes you throw up.
I give it to my dog when he eats things he shouldn't. I shove charcoal down his throat and he throws up.
Have you ever
Actually,
eaten
charcoal that they
charcoal,
give you
Nikki?
at the ER.
I brush my teeth with charcoal, but I've never eaten charcoal.
Wait, does brushing your teeth with charcoal keep you from farting on your husband?
Oh, actually, I did that.
Ashley's like, I'm taking charcoal right now.
I'll tell you though, if you take a bunch of pills and you go to the ER,
Nikki just leave after that question. She's like gone. She's like, I'm not
done.
answering that. I'm not even answering that.
oh wait, we missed a flex. I'm sorry,
What?
I'm gonna go back and tell you. Mia Hamm's a friend of mine. Not friend.
Okay, I have that written down.
Wait,
Wait,
She didn't know Mia Hamm.
I know she didn't know me. A
That
girl.
was crazy. Also, you're friends with her?
Well,
Can we get her on the pod? Huh?
But-
Call her up.
And she may not remember, but I went to high school with her, and I actually played on JV when she was on varsity, and I was the announcer for varsity soccer games.
Cool. That's amazing.
Yeah, she was on the world junior national team at the age of like 15, and she was at my high school.
You
So
should
I
send
got
her
to
a
know
message,
that.
Angie, and
But
you should
I should
say,
reach
make
out
sure
to
you
her.
make sure
should.
you eat charcoal. It'll stop your farts.
Yeah, it would keep her from that.
I'm sure she'd love to hear that.
Honestly, I should reach out just for fun. We'll see. Okay,
Sure.
Victor did great. Tanea did great. Now, what do we think? What about Peroxide Gate? I have a feeling people might have strong opinions. Did you watch it and
yeah.
notice? She said
What are you
peroxide.
talking about?
She did not get it.
She didn't say hydrogen peroxide,
say
which
hydrogen
honestly,
peroxide. And that is
I could have seen it going either way, but yeah, it is. It is hydrogen peroxide. That is
It's
a specific-
bullcrap, Nikki. This show makes its own rules. It should.
It is fair. Like in other contexts, they very well might have taken it. So yes, they pick and choose kind of, I think, who they want to win, to be honest.
100%. Thank you, Nikki. You're speaking truth.
It was tricky, but for the science nerds out there, there are other peroxides. So it's kind of.
It is true.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'm not saying to my wife, hey, make sure you pick up some hydrogen peroxide at Walmart.
Yes, you are.
A bottle of peroxide.
No, you were saying hydrogen peroxide.
Oh my gosh, there's no way. I'm saying
Yeah.
get the charcoal because my farts smell. But other than that,
I think you should go for a checkup.
why? Why?
You need charcoal that bad for your farts?
No, I
I
don't
pray
need
for your
charcoal.
wife every day.
Oh my gosh. There has been times, Nikki, where she's like, you need to go to the bathroom. Like, I don't want you farting in the bed anymore. Because this is
I don't
ridiculous.
blame her. Go in the other room.
I'm not getting up to go to the bathroom to rip one when I can just
You
rip
just have
one
to
on
ruin
you.
her night.
But couches are made for a reason.
Thank you, Angie.
Just let it absorb into the
Nikki,
future.
how long have you been married, Nikki? How long have you been married?
Almost 4 years now.
4 years. Yeah, I'm coming on like 16 years. So my wife, she's experienced it all.
Okay.
Poor
We'll
woman.
have to have her as a guest sometime. Mike told us in the chat, I thought it was an interesting point, since we could discuss the gameplay on that clue. He said, if you can say dog when it's a German Shepherd, then you should be able to say peroxide when it's hydrogen peroxide. But I think it does depend on the category. I think Mike would agree. If the category is dogs, you can't say dog. If the category is anything dog adjacent, you probably couldn't say dog. But if dog happens to be part of a much general thing, perhaps you don't have to have that specificity. But the fact is that peroxide itself is not the remedy. It is hydrogen peroxide. So just like all squares are quadrilaterals, but not all quadrilaterals are squares. So we have to
Lock
look
it,
at
Angie.
that logic
Nikki,
thing.
what's a
I'm just-
quadrilateral?
This has been your moment in Nerdville. Moving
I'm a
on.
college graduate and I still don't know.
I don't know what me
Hey,
too. I'm a college. I don't know what a quadrilateral.
All right, well, Victor wins. He makes some vague thing about I have learned inadvertently to study nuts and seeds all my life. I'm assuming he's got a peanut allergy or something, but he's acting like it's some kind of weird conspiracy
Right?
that he knows
Like,
nothing.
okay, congrats.
I'm obsessed with him, actually.
I know.
That's like
He's
the
actually
craziest
really cute.
thing
Yeah.
on TV. Like,
And he
that's
put on
so-
those like Harry Potter glasses for the duel. I
Yeah.
was like, boy, you wear those. You knock yourself out.
No,
You
I love
seriously
him.
cute. Oh, I don't know why laying hay is the remedy either, Mike. He also mentioned the hay thing. I thought it was weird. And it's the only one that Victor passed on. So
Yeah, that was weird. Like, given it was definitely hay, but like, what the heck? It was like midsummer. It was
hay would
weird.
just make me itch and sneeze. I don't know what it would cure, but he goes back to the floor. He's like, I'm not going to challenge anybody right now. I'm going to let other people take care of it. And we get another randomizer, and we get Melanie with book club. So I'm curious about what book club will be. I really am. I'm kind of excited. I don't know if it's going to be like the top books for book club, Oprah's book club picks, or if it's going to be like, like cocktails with literary names, like, the Margarita Atwood or something. I know book clubs have all kinds of fun stuff, but we'll see what happens. We didn't get to see it this week, though. We instead saw her pick on cute David with dance moves.
We love David.
He did say he wanted to be the sexiest man alive at one point, and he's got the dimples. He's working it. Poor guy. I think he really crammed dancing movies, and he got through like the top 3. And then
It was so bad. I was so disappointed in this round, especially me who grew up dancing in musical theater. They did not get Singing in the Rain. He said Dancing in the Rain.
And then he
She
said
didn't
Rain
get
Dance.
La La Land. No Billy Elliot. I'm like, have you not watched any musical movies? And Step It Up. Step It Up was the
I knew most of those.
Couch
And when I
it.
saw Footloose, you know who I thought of, Nikki?
me.
You.
And you
I was
should
like,
have.
it's
I was so
right
happy.
there.
Number 1, baby.
You got it. You got it.
Come
Well,
see it.
I don't think anybody saw Shall We Dance. I got to say, I love me some Richard Gere, but I think that movie was. Like,
I know that Richard Gere puts hamsters up his ass.
Oh, that was. The
I was
movie-
talking about that at dinner
Actually.
today. My sister was like, "You didn't know that?" I'm like, "No," but now I do.
Did you know that,
Well,
Ashley?
the rumor,
Richard
and
Gere
then-
lets hamsters go up his rear.
in the 80s, Ashley.
But
Before,
you
when were
were
you? I think that's before Ashley was even born. That
Ashley,
urban
you were born in what, the 2000s?
1998.
98.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
okay.
before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want
Angie,
somebody
you and
to
I are
challenge
super old at
Leon,
this
too.
point.
Our buddy, Game Bouncer Bam, says he wanted somebody to challenge Dion, and I agree. I wanted somebody to take him out in Barbie. And then we got
Oh.
that cutaway. Can we talk about Dion's cutaway?
Are you
And
talking
the-
about, Angie, are you talking about this right here?
Serious business right here. Anybody come my way,
Okay.
I'm sending you on the next bus.
Anybody come my way, I send you on the next bus.
Come on,
Honestly,
Dion. You suck, dude.
can't
There's
wait
no
to see it.
Who are you, brah? He's won 2 duels. One duel, excuse me. He's won $40,000 on one duel.
He's won, wait, he's won
Crazy.
40,000?
Yep.
40K.
He got the
He won it
first duel.
twice.
He and
Because
Eric are both
at
at
the end,
40.
right? Doesn't Eric come and fist bump him? And he's like, 40K club, 40K club. I'm like, oh, good.
More like douche club.
If I was on the floor in between them, I'd trip one of them.
Oh my gosh, Nikki, I
Shut
wish
up.
you were there.
I don't have 40K.
Take him out. Take him out. But
Also, hold on. Before we go on, did anyone see that guy flash an Illuminati sign? He was like,
yeah, I did.
He
Oh,
did?
that was?
How did I miss that?
I had to rewind. I'm like, did I just see that? So confirmed the floor Illuminati group.
I
Can
gotta
we
get out.
create?
Call.
Can we create a floor recap show hand sign that they could flash
Oh,
Ashley,
that would be awesome.
what would it look like? Would it be like, or what would we do?
Anytime
Yeah.
somebody's getting the fire, you know.
Yeah.
woo,
We had to like do a rip on the jazz hands for sure that come about
totally
whenever
jazz hands.
yours
Totally.
starts like
Some Fosse arms.
We
Totally
need
jazz hands.
the floor recap fans to give us the right hand signals that we can use for our own Illuminati. We need our own Illuminati.
All right. Well, get on
What's
that.
our floor? All right, I'll think on it.
Work on that. You know what, Melanie, she's like, I've had it. I'm not going to tackle any of these gentlemen. Yeah, there's a path to the money, but I'm not going to do it. So she goes back with her original category, just
Weenie.
like Victor before her. Fine and dandy. Randomizer hits us again. It's the night of the randomizers toward the end of the second half of the episode.
Yes.
Liz has Disney Muppets.
Oh my god, I'm so excited!
It's going to be an interesting category, but we didn't get to see it this week. Instead,
I
she
can't
took on
wait.
Ryan, who had a couple of movies as a kid actor. I guess he was in, what was it,
Oh my gosh.
Monsters? Not
Something
Monsters,
I've never heard of,
Monsters.
and I'm like, who are you?
It's
Monster Squad
Incorporated.
is a famous movie, Nikki.
A long
I've
time-
never heard of it.
Monster what, Ashley?
Monster Party.
Oh, it's not Monster Squad?
We don't even know the name of the movie. It's not that famous
Yeah,
if you don't even
Monster
know the
Squad.
name of it, babe.
It's Monster Squad.
It's
It
Monster
has to
Squad. I remember now. It's Monster Squad. He played there. They had a little picture and they drew a circle around him. But he was in Kids Incorporated before that, which was before everybody's time but me and Brad.
be.
I don't know
if
what that is
you're an
either.
actor- let me ask you this real quick, ladies. If you're an actor, like Beans, I noticed Beans on there last night.
I don't
And I
even
like-
know.
I actually noticed. I clocked that too.
I'm like, Max, that's Beans, my son Max. It is. I think he's like a security guard now. Is this like rock bottom
And that
for
was Gary
actors?
Coleman.
Yes. Yes.
It's got to be rock bottom, right? Like you're with people like me at this
Here's
point.
the thing. If you want to be considered as a legitimate, serious actor, you cannot do reality or game shows. It's if you like are trying to legitimately make it, that is an immediate X for anyone who's legit trying to make it. So
It has to be
yes,
like a
that is rock
celebrity
bottom. He's
floor.
done.
Is it okay? A celebrity floor, it's okay, right?
Is there a celebrity floor?
I don't. Let's
No,
not
there's
even
not.
put
But
that
if
in
there
the
was,
universe.
it's okay.
If there ever was, I would stop watching this show
Yeah,
forever.
we're done.
Yeah,
are
no.
done.
I think they got too many celebrities on there now.
I
in my
agree.
opinion.
Like, I don't actually care. Like, what is the retired baseball player doing on a show competing for $250,000? I don't want you to win. I don't want to see you win.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anybody win that is like making that kind of money. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to see Ashley win because she's my favorite winner of all time.
And we did, and it was the best.
You manifested that, Brad. I know you did.
I
It
did.
wasn't
I
just
want
Ashley's
she.
witchy, wonderful power. You had
She's
something to do
the
with it.
she was a witch. Ashley, I said last season, is she a real legit witch? I was confused. I'm like, maybe she's a witch. And I'm a pastor at a church, so I'm like, can I root for a witch? I don't know if I can. But I'm glad to know you're not a witch. I'm glad to know that. I'm glad. You're not going to put any spells on me, which is good.
I think what I would say is something I can't believe I'm going to stick up for actors and actresses. I'm not really. I guess I would say that anybody, look, you could have been famous or famous adjacent at one point in your career, and then your opportunities washed up, and you had a family to raise, and you had decisions to make, and you didn't save a lot. Maybe you didn't make a lot. Maybe you had a terrible manager. Maybe you had predatory parents. Maybe you had an awful contract negotiator, but you maybe didn't leave your industry sitting on $1 million. Well, fine, you come and get yours. But it's the people I think who are using it as a platform for launching a career or for gaining followers or for becoming an influencer or something that I'm kind of like, I don't think
It's
you're
not the
really here to
place.
play the game or necessarily to win the money, but you're here like for self-promotion, if that makes sense. And that gives me the ick a little bit. So I guess a full-on celebrity one would bother me. And even if they did it for charity, I'm like, no. I'm the charity. I still need money. I didn't get money. I want money.
Give me money.
Donate
Give it
your
to
money
me.
to charity. I don't
Yeah,
care.
give Fox can donate money to the charity. I would like
Right.
to see more regular people on there, who could really use that money, really use a leg up, and not just be there like, I'm going to blow it on jet skis and blow because, I've got 250,000 Instagram followers, whatever. We had somebody like that. And I was just like, really, dude? Like, I bet there's somebody out there who really maybe would have, I don't know, I hate the word deserve because I don't know these people's life
But
story.
okay, so do we? Ashley, that brings me back to the Brian situation. Brian's a
Anastasia's
successful
here.
actor,
Sorry, Bren.
but I found myself rooting for him. I don't consider
Well, it's
him
not like
in.
he was a wicked, like, rich guy. Like,
No.
he even
He
said that.
needs
He was
the
like, I
money.
don't,
He
I didn't
wanted-
make money.
So low key about it in a way.
Yep.
He was like, yeah, I did that movie. Like, he was very like nonchalant. He was not trying to like big himself up like that, where I
Right.
think people get away with it.
Right.
Like, I don't even have any beef with Beans. Really, it's the retired athletes where I'm like, you're making
Yeah.
way more money.
Oh my
than
God,
us
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and I don't think Brian had I don't think he got a bunch of residuals. I don't think that Clerks was
No.
not big when it was out at the time to have a big contract.
Not at all.
And
But-
he's doing Comic-Cons like almost every other week. The guy clearly isn't rolling in tons of dough. So let him come and get some. you know?
Angie, let's talk about friend of the show, Johnny Fairplay.
Oh gosh, no.
He's
you know
not
what?
friend of
I
the
took
show,
like 3
by the way.
therapy
Not a friend of
sessions to
the
get
show.
over that.
He's the worst guest we've ever had on the Hopecast Network. I would never have him on again. It's not allowed.
I still low-key kind of love Johnny Fairplay.
Oh my gosh, Nikki, how can you?
Johnny Defender, I'm sorry.
You've never seen the episode. I need to show you the episode so you can be like, yeah, I don't like this dude.
justice for Eric
I
if Nikki's
love
gonna love
Johnny.
Johnny Fairplay. Like, we gotta rewind the tapes.
My point is, Johnny was on there just for celeb status.
And money. He wanted money to be there. He wanted a promotional fee.
And how sad would it have been had they given Johnny that money and not Ashley? Think about it. A douche would
the
have
thing
gotten that
was,
money.
Johnny Fairplay thought he was going on to a celebrity season. They like low-key duped him, which is messed up. Like,
Yeah,
they
I
definitely
agree.
should not have done that. I would have been pissed if I was him too. So, given it wasn't our fault, it wasn't any of the contestants' fault. Like, I would have been like, yeah,
probably
I
does
was
it.
told there would be celebrities.
He probably
I don't know
does
who
get
this
there.
MG, who is this MG, GB, CP? Whoever that is, tell us who you are, because I agree with you. Johnny Fairplay is
No,
a
it's
clown.
Mark. It's Mark from this season.
Oh,
Oh, that's Mark. Hey, Mark. He's a clown. Thank you, Mark. Another reason why I want you to win this show. He's a clown, and he's an ASS clown in my mind, and I don't even curse.
That's his shtick, though, and that's what he capitalizes on it.
Nikki,
And
you did not hear him. Listeners, let me tell you, the dude had 250 F words in 59 minutes.
I know. I heard every one of them. And I was very polite and cordial, and I steered the conversation back, and we ended up getting back on track. But it was, let me tell you this, I've been teaching college students for 30 years, and I have had some class discussions go off the rails, and I have had to bring people back on topic and correct course millions of times. That was the most challenging, discursive exercise in my entire life. So I'm going to give Johnny Fairplay some credit for really pushing my ability to maintain some level-headed control over a freaking dumpster fire. But God bless him. I will say, I want to say hi to Anastasia. and
We
Mark.
need to have a tier where people can be a subscriber to our show and hear the X-rated part, because I'm with Mountain here. There's an X-rated episode that I have, and it is horrible. I refused to drop it because it was terrible, and I would have been mad if he had won and Ashley hadn't, because Ashley's so sweet and nice.
Oh,
and Johnny
100%.
Fairplay is 100%
I don't
a
think that's
douche.
even a question. Nobody wanted him to win. I also didn't want him to be treated like dirt by anybody, and he did feel duped, and he felt maligned, and he felt ganged up on, and I know that he had really strong feelings. So we tried to give him an opportunity to share that, and it ended up being what it was.
Ashley, that was the only show I dipped out.
Sorry.
I dipped out, Ashley. I was like, Angie will tell you, I logged out mid-show. I'm
Okay.
like,
Oh yeah, he just left me. He
I'm
left.
like, I'm done. I'm not going to be
Brad.
anymore.
Bro, you can't do that, though.
I can. Because
You let Angie defend for herself?
Yeah,
That's
and
not-
Nikki, I'm a pastor at a church. I cannot be on a show where a dude's dropping 250 F words in the matter of 59 minutes.
Brad,
But God forgives Brad.
yeah,
He
and
does.
You know what? Jesus left the 99 to go back
Yeah.
to the one.
Thanks,
You
Angie.
left the one.
But
you left the one.
Johnny
in
Fairplay's a
the
total
world's
douche,
mouth.
and I don't want to
Anyways,
be
let's
around
stop shooting on Johnny Fairplay.
him. Sorry, Nikki. I know
gotta
he's your
get-
hero.
I had to give.
I love him. Sorry.
I thought I was your hero, but obviously Johnny Fairplay is. So there's
We
that.
saw that Ryan lost, unfortunately. Liz won. Ryan missed three movies I've never seen. He missed Nope, he missed Ouija, and Long Legs. Don't know what they are. Never saw them. I don't know. I also never saw Bodies, or some other ones that were out there. I was like, Lord have mercy, I would have been studying my butt off on that category because I only know most of the scary movies from the 80s and the 90s. After Saw, I kind of stopped watching stuff.
Did you know Midsummer though?
I'm going to say no. I never saw it.
That's my comfort movie. You have to watch
Really?
it.
Well, I need that then. I'm going to watch
It's so messed up though. Don't watch it in the next
watch
week
it
or
alone.
two. Maybe a couple weeks down the line, but it's great.
Okay. Well, I thought, it
I
was
have
tricky.
never seen like most of these movies, but I was surprised that he missed those 3 at the end because I knew all 3 of those movies, and I definitely don't watch scary movies, and I don't watch movies in general.
Are they new? Are they newer?
How do you
And,
not
like,
watch
last
Long
movies,
one?
Legs,
Ashley?
Long
I'm
Legs
confused.
was like the biggest movie of last year, so like that he should have gotten
Okay.
like.
How do you
That-
not watch
that was
movies,
insane.
Ashley? How do you not watch
Um,
movies?
I read. I'm a reader. I don't really
Okay.
like if I'm entertaining myself outside of like TikTok. Unfortunately, that has made me so cold. I'm reading, so I just am not a big movie person, and I'd rather watch a TV show. But I was surprised that he missed those. Like, yeah, Long Legs was huge. That was a very big like cultural moment for scary movies. And
Okay.
then where were the other 2 that you said he missed at the end?
He missed Nope and Ouija.
Nope sucked, by the way. I saw it in the theater.
But nope, he got the other Jordan Peele movie. So like I was like, if you know Jordan Peele movies, like because he
that
You
did
should know that
the other
too,
movies.
yeah.
What was that? Get Out or something?
Yeah, Get Out,
Get Out.
and Us are both Jordan Peele movies, and he
Okay.
got Us, and he said Get Out for Nope. So it's like you were in the right spot. Like you
Okay,
just
he was
only
close
had 3
then.
movies to run through.
Right.
And then with Ouija, it was a Ouija board.
Yeah. I would have just guessed like what I saw. Name what you see, and you
Yeah,
might have gotten better.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a
So-
scary movie person. I think the world is scary enough. I do watch true
love
crime
scary
documentaries.
movies.
I love scary movies, so I loved that whole thing.
You
It
would've
was
killed
so
me.
You
fun.
love scary movies too?
Oh
Man,
my
the
God, yeah.
bottom grid, us two, right on the bottom. We're in the same. We're thinking the same. Outside of Johnny
Absolutely,
Fairplay.
so good. Yeah.
I'll tell you
Snip that
this,
part out.
the last duel of the night was not scary at all, unfortunately. Liz says she's going back to the floor, so she does. And we get Abdul. I think he was pretty shocked to be picked. He was kind of had a bit of a poker face. He didn't really emote very much, despite his category being emojis. And he ended up going against Kristen in comedy headliners. Kristen also doesn't really look like she laughs a lot. I mean, when I think comedy headliners, Kristen is not who I pictured.
No,
I think
same.
both of these people are like not vibing with their categories, in
Can I-
my opinion.
That
Angie,
was
can
such a
I s-
bad one.
Can I say I didn't like the chick who won the movie thing? She
Yeah,
seemed
she seemed a little arrogant, but maybe
Yeah,
she
she
The one in
seemed-
the green outfit.
Yeah, she seemed a little arrogant. I wasn't like vibing with her, but the comedy headliners, I got a lot to say about this. I'm gonna let you talk.
That was a rough one. Like Steve Martin, not knowing him was like the craziest dagger to the heart.
You didn't know Richard Pryor.
Okay,
No, Richard
first
Pryor.
off, how do you not know Richard Pryor? Ashley, do you know Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody should know Richard Pryor. He's a comedy legend. If
And
you
another famous cokehead, much like Dave Chappelle. I mean, a lot of them get some raps. A lot of those comedians had some
But-
hard times with drugs, and he was really famous for that, for
But
his
Dave-
recovery. I mean, he was famous, big time.
But Dave Chappelle grew up watching Richard Pryor.
I know he's like the
Like that's his
grandfather.
inspiration.
Yeah, yeah.
How
I
does
think
this
he's
guy
also
not
like
know
a
it?
very like referenced person. Like in the world of pop culture, he's a very prevalent, just like man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was surprised at that.
Well,
one
remember
also.
the category was comedians who have had their own specials, and Richard Pryor was one of the first comedians to ever get a standalone special. So he's kind of iconic. I expected
He
we
was
would have
on
seen
any
more
list
people
you
like
Google.
Chris Rock and Mark Maron, like just a bunch of people we would have seen more of. We just didn't get that deep in the category because it was full.
It
of
was
actors
so
and
bad.
movies.
I wanted to see so much more. Like they had just gotten to Sarah Silverman, which is like, wow, we really did not make it far at all.
Yeah, yeah. Mike, our buddy.
First off, Sarah Silverman's not funny, by the way. Let's be real.
But she's one of the most famous comedians.
She is, but like we didn't see like crappy comedian Dane Cook. We didn't see him.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we didn't get deep.
We didn't see Jeff.
No Matt
Foxx
Rife.
movie.
No like newer ones. No Matt Rife.
Like, no newer ones at all.
Yeah.
Like,
We
I
didn't
was
see a
shocked.
Jeff Foxworthy, a Bill Engvall. They didn't bring any Larry the Cable Guy. They didn't bring the redneck in. They could have, Nikki.
No, none of the
But
rednecks.
they didn't.
They did not.
The redneck population is like, why didn't they bring me in?
We got the redneck contingent who are floor fans. I love it.
Get her done.
Yeah, get her done. Mike
And she's
said that,
laughing right now. This is good. I'm glad she's laughing.
Right, Richard Pryor was the #2 all-time comedy stand-up special. So,
How is it? How did he not know Richard Pryor? I'm so confused at that. I told a coworker at work today. How does he not know Richard Pryor?
I don't know. And what's funny is he wasn't even sure of Seinfeld. He's like, oh, Seinfeld passed, but he got it because he said Seinfeld. But then he passed on Patton Oswalt. He passed on Nig Notaro. And he just took a lot of time to pass, actually. And
First off, Patton Oswalt, Angie, not funny. He's not funny. He's not
I
good.
think he's a great voiceover actor when, he does
Yes.
the narration. For
He
the
was good
Goldbergs.
on
He's
King
brilliant
of
on
Queens.
Goldbergs.
He was very good on King of Queens.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, Mark says no Bill Burr.
No Bill Burr.
No Bill Burr. No Joe Rogan. And no,
Gosh, no, can we not say his name on the network ever?
Sorry.
He's worse than Johnny Fairplay in all.
I wanted to see Nikki Glaser up there. Her special comes out tomorrow, everybody.
Who's?
Oh, Nikki Glazer.
Nikki Glaser.
I love her.
Her
Nikki
comedy special
Glaser.
comes out tomorrow. I was like,
Oh, I'm excited.
One of
Everyone
us-
compares me to her.
Is she funny? Is she
Oh,
funny,
yes,
Ashley?
She's funny.
She is funny. I went the special.
funny.
I was there. They recorded it in St. Louis,
It was?
and it was
No
very funny.
way! Oh, that's wicked cool. Did you guys see the roast of Tom Brady?
Yes.
Oh, that was good.
So good. It was so good.
Who's funnier, Nikki? Nikki Glaser or Amy Schumer?
Nikki.
Nikki,
Glaser.
by far.
Nikki Glazer's more irreverent and bawdy. Like she takes humor like to another level. Amy plays it only to a certain level. As much as I love Amy Schumer, Nikki's my homegirl. She's from the town I live in. In fact, I went to her favorite auto mechanic today. She lives in the Central West End of St. Louis, so she's a hometown.
She lives
girl.
there now? She's in St. Louis now?
Well, maybe not
Yeah.
today, but she keeps a house.
She
in Central
moved
West
back after like when COVID happened, and she has lived here.
Yep.
Oh.
And her whole family's here. She
Oh,
went to,
Nikki.
Oh,
This is-
season 4, Nikki reminds me of Nikki Glazer. Thank you. I get that all the time, and
do.
I think she's so awesome. So
Well,
thank you.
that means, Nikki, you've got to do a lot of butt jokes because that's what Nikki Glaser does.
Well, this is the Ballcast Network, so we'll stick with ball jokes for today at least.
Jiggle balls. But yeah, I mean, there were a lot of comics we didn't get to see, and that was a disappointment. I wish it had been.
And you know what also was a disappointment on this? Abdul's outfit. He was wearing what every basic white girl's flannel in their closet, and I'm wearing one right today. Shein sponsored this episode, I'm convinced. And that's what's crazy to me is there's so many women wearing these nice dresses, and then the guys get to show up in a Shein flannel. It's crazy to me.
I agree. That was really, really bad.
So
But
give
I
us
love
your fashion police, Nikki. Is that your fashion police? You're upset that you
They
wore a
need
flannel.
to make consistency. It's like, okay, let's do either casual or let's do formal. Like there needs to be some consistency because it looks ridiculous. One girl going to the club and one guy sitting on his couch.
I'm on my, what is this, our 4th episode of the season, Nikki? Is this our 4th episode or 3rd episode?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. Third.
Episode with my wrestling T-shirt on. I mean,
I
I'm
think it's
wearing
third.
this every
Yeah,
week at
third.
this point. Like,
Well,
I'm
I
there.
think,
There were
the
a lot of sequins on this
producers,
season.
the producers get the approval. They ask contestants to come with 3 outfits in their and send pictures of 3 different outfits, and then production tells them to bring 2 exact copies of that outfit to the production facility. And if it isn't adequate, appropriate, or somehow they've changed their mind, they will go and get wardrobe to go purchase additional outfits for contestants. So there's no reason that some of these contestants are wearing clothes that Nikki finds objectionable, unless it is production's intention that by comparison, they're setting off the outfits of other players. There's got to be a rhyme or reason, or there's just negligence. I'm going to go with a rhyme or reason because I don't know.
Explain this, Angie. Why is Mountain Mike saying they let guys show up in shorts? I wasn't allowed shorts.
Dude,
What does that
Mike,
mean?
I don't know why you weren't allowed shorts. I think your gams would have been fantastic. I don't know who's in shorts this. I didn't see. Is he in
What
shorts?
season were you on, Mountain Mike? I'm confused. What season was he
was
on,
on 3.
Angie? 3. Oh my gosh, I just bashed 3 a lot. Sorry, Mike. I'm really sorry.
Who's in shorts? Mike, do you know the category or the name? Because I'm trying to place the shorts person. I don't know.
What if Ashley? What if I wore a speedo? What if that was my claim to fame? The Speedo.
Why are you singling Ashley out on this Speedo question, Brad? I'm concerned.
He's our guest. And
We,
I'm like,
we can't do that to our guest. She'll never come back.
No, that's not.
she's
right.
not coming back. She's done.
I don't
She's-
think any of us want to
she's
picture
done.
that, so we're gonna move on from that question.
Mark thinks the Dion's in shorts. I don't know. if
Dion's
he's-
gonna be in a
I don't
Speedo
think
before
he's
it's over.
Dion below the waist, really. They just keep showing his torso.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer a Speedo over a Shein flannel, honestly.
Wait, Nikki. You would rather see me in a Speedo
Not you!
and flannel. Come on now.
Gosh, no.
Don't put words in my mouth.
That's worse than mentioning Joe Rogan. I ugh. And Joe Rogan in his Speedo, that's just like the Antichrist.
This is the Ballcast Network, after all.
The Ballcast Network.
The
Welcome
balls
to
are gone now, so we can't
Ashley.
really call it that anymore. I don't know.
Well,
We're done with
what's
balls.
the next category
Balls are
we get to riff on because they're done with all their ball jokes. We'll have to have something else. But let's wrap up the recap and we can continue to banter for a moment. But I'll say it really was a womp womp ending. And the teaser was kind of womp womp too. The teaser for season 5, which I only watched once and nothing really sparked me except it was more Eric and more Eric being, and I quote, "I want to go down in history as the greatest floor player ever." I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. I want to see some other people.
Oh my
get up
gosh.
there. And maybe somebody else will take it all next week and dethrone him. But, you know, it's fun to have somebody to root against as much as it is to have somebody to root for. And it's not personal. It's just gameplay. So good
We
luck
love
to
to
all of us.
hate.
I want this tool bag to lose so bad. I can't stand it. Like, I want him to be out.
I wouldn't go that far for tool bag because it's the other people that are making him kind of seem that way. I think they're just giving that to him, and it kind of makes him seem more like a tool. But yeah, I understand. I'm over it. I don't want to see it anymore either.
Yeah, before this episode, I had a lot of grace for him in the idea of like you're just playing the game, and like not everyone likes when someone plays the game. Like speaking from experience, so like I was ready to defend him, and then I watched this episode, and with the not using his time boost and saying he wanted to be the greatest floor player ever, and like stuff like that, I'm like, oh, he lost me. You had me and you lost me and you're never getting me back, and now I'm not gonna root for you. And like I would have been in your corner as like, okay, well at least he has a strategy, but he doesn't. So I don't know anymore. to say.
I'm actually, Ashley, I'm shocked. I got a fan in the Game Bouncer Bim says, "Good job, Brad." Nobody ever tells me that. I mean, Angie, I want her approval. She
Good
never
job,
gives me that.
Brad.
Good job, Van.
Good job, Brad.
They want me to play the drop. They want me to play the drop. Thank you. I didn't
Shout out
realize that.
Valerie.
I didn't realize that they want me to play this.
Good job, Brad.
Good job, Van.
Good job,
Good
Brad.
job, Brad.
I thought Game Bouncer Bim was my fan, but no, I have no fans. They don't want to hear me. I'm just
Game Bouncer Bem is also asking how is Bo Bice, and at least coming from me, he was the sweetest human ever, like nicest guy.
He seems super cool. He's on Instagram this week. I think he got a haircut.
Yeah,
Did he really?
Didn't you see that too, Ashley? He like got a buzzed up kind of.
Wow. I can't
He
picture
was
that.
so lovely, like the nicest, most like humble, down to earth.
So humble, yeah.
Honestly. He was so
Well, I'll
sweet.
tell you, Mike has offered some words of wisdom. He says that I think we should all strive to be the greatest. I don't fault him for that. He's channeling Muhammad Ali here. But I'd rather that than the people who don't care about the game. I would agree if I get a choice between somebody who's there just to flex and get 10 seconds of fame and more Insta followers, I will take somebody who wants to be the greatest floor player ever because I would love to play him sometime. I think it would be a lot of
yes. Angie, you're right. 100%. I respect Eric.
Comment after going back to the floor when you could have went for 3, because like the greatest floor player of all time would have played.
Yeah.
We're talking about Brian would have played. I mean, he went
Yes.
back to the floor after 1, but if he had played 2, he would have played 3.
Yeah, why not play 3?
Correct.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I think that would change the whole conversation if he had
This-
gone for 3.
This guy wanted just credibility.
Sunday topic.
He wanted just credibility. He wasn't there to win the game. He said, "There's no way I'm winning this game."
Just gonna take.
Am I
it.
wrong?
I want to ask a question since Ashley's here. Which of the categories remaining other than Roman Empire would you want to have?
Ooh, book club. I wanted literature as my topic before I went to the floor. So book club I think would be fun. I mean the Roman Empire is for sure. Like that's the only one I like see. It's like I have a tunnel vision. Trying to think if there are any other ones. I thought Bobbleheads was cool. I liked the way it played out. But it was super political, which was so random. But
Yeah.
I think that one would have been really cool. Yeah, I think those are my favorites so far. Bobbleheads was like a fun way to do pop culture in a new
I think
way.
so too. Yeah, at first I thought the tattoos were going to be pop culture celebrity portrait tattoos, and some of them are terrible. I think that would be an excellent duel, like
I feel like
because
if
when
they
you see
did
those
wax figures as a category,
wax
that would
figures,
be hilarious.
Yep. Yeah, the
That'd be cool.
Bobbleheads kind of reminded me of a wax museum on a
Like
pedestal.
Madame Tussauds, like sponsor an episode or something.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Madame Tussauds, sponsored by Shein, sponsored by
Yeah.
Sponsored by this Sheen flannel.
Shein flannel.
I do like how Mike said. I actually like the way they did the balls with the zoom in and out. That is good. I did like that.
It was
That was
different.
really
I didn't
like
hate
that
it.
style.
And
Yeah.
molten milk ball. I didn't get molten milk ball, not one bit. I would have passed on that in a heartbeat. And meatball was, to Eric's credit, difficult, but I would have passed before.
But he did get matzo ball. I think he
Yeah,
might
matzo
be
ball.
Jewish. So
Could be.
props
A
to
little-
that.
A little
Wait,
Yenta
wait.
coach in his corner.
Did you say Jewish, Nikki? Did you say
Yeah, matzo ball.
Matzo ball.
Okay.
Nobody
well,
knew any of the Jewish foods last season, and it killed me because I'm ethnically
Here we go.
Jewish. so-
Ashley, you remember this,
Passover
Ashley.
people.
I remember. I know exactly where we're
One
going.
guy on the board who does not celebrate Christmas.
Come on, what are you, a Grinch?
Lies.
Yeah, Rob, way to throw a.
He said,
shoe under
"I'm
the bus.
Jewish."
I'm Jewish, Jacob. You're so funny.
Before we close out, and this isn't my podcast, me just saying that, I did want to say that season 6 is about to start filming in a week.
Yep.
And so I think people watch these podcasts a lot of times to try and get insight from players on like how to play. So like Angie and Nikki, I've been talking to some contestants about like what I think are best practices, but I also wanted to ask actually and Brad, because Brad, you're a fan and like you have thoughts about strategy.
Thank you for including me, Ashley.
Yeah, it's your podcast. What am I doing? If you had advice for people who are about to start filming the floor, and like if you got to like start over again in a week, like how would you go about it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, for me, I was so jet lagged, so sleeping and getting as much sleep as possible so I wasn't brain dead the next day was like my number one. And remember to eat because you are on the floor for a long time. So if you are well slept, well hydrated, and well fed, you are going to do much better if you feed your body. That's my number one thing.
I would agree with that. I'd
But-
also agree, eat the lunches, even if you get sick of potatoes, because all you're going to have in craft service is candy and soda, and that'll just make you crash hard.
Jellies.
Jellies.
That's it.
You throw all the jellies. I think one of the issues with this season, and understandably so, is that half of the floor had the ability to catch up on sleep, and they had a week to bond and to study and to prepare in a way that the other contestants did not. And I think that is an advantage. So sleep is important as much as you want to join people in the lounge on the first night. Resist the urge. Try to get yourself on a sleep schedule. Because if you're well rested and well fed, you'll do well on the show, which means more time at the hotel, which means more time to connect and hang out in the lounge later. I think just have a clear sense of why you're there. If you're going there to win a lot of money, then play hard and play strategically. If you're going there to just have a great time, then embrace everybody you meet and have a good time with it. Ultimately, it's just a lot of fun. I know 6 and 7 are on the queue, and that's exciting. And I also know, I've heard from some people on Australia's season 2 who have listened to the podcast and have, done their research on how the game is played. And I think it's fun to just, hear from different people, study their methods. It's never a bad idea to carve out a level of intimidation when you can, whether you're winning duels or just talking about what you know to people, because that does go a long way. So those are my thoughts.
Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. And I wasn't there, so I don't know anything about it. But I do like that, we've got Sunday toppings. People are requesting the drops now at this point, which is nice.
Sunday toppings!
Should I play Sunday toppings one more time for our friends? I should. I'm gonna have to play that. I gotta find it though, because here we go.
What was your oh my god. Ashley, what was your thoughts? What did you tell these contestants?
I said my main thing is formulate your plan before you're up on the big stage, because as Angie was saying, you have no time, and it's really important that you stick to it. A lot of people are trying to ride like gut feelings or like how they're feeling in that very second, and truthfully, your gut's never been in a scenario like this in your whole life.
True.
So be logical, have a plan before. Like, I always knew I was going to play 3. It really didn't matter what I was touching, because like that's just a plan I needed to have for my end goal. So it's like, if you're someone that's like, I don't want to play, like I only want to be defensive, then stick to that, because you're probably not someone with a mindset to be an offensive player, and like that's just how it is. Not everyone can be. And that's fine. That wins seasons. I mean, it's won plenty of seasons. So like no shade to that at all. But if you're someone who like you're having the forethought to play a second duel, play the third duel. Do not lose your momentum just because all of a sudden you scare yourself out of it. Like, you got to back yourself on this show. You have to be confident in yourself before you ever get up there. If you're nervous when the second you see someone else like good at something, like it's just never going to go well for you. It's like, you're good at things too. Just don't get in your head about it. Don't worry about being a small fish in a big pond. It's like, yeah, well, it's a pond's all the same size and you're all the same size fish. So like, get over it.
Yep. Confidence is key.
Yep.
Yeah. So be confident and come up with a plan before you're under the bright lights looking at Rob Lowe, and stick to it no matter what.
100%. 100%.
Great.
Well, we plan to be here this time next week to recap episode 5 of season 5. So hope you all come back and join us then.
Ashley.
Thanks for joining the chat too. Brad, you want to send them?
I want to say, Ashley, will you come back and join us, because you were an amazing guest tonight. We loved it.
Yeah, I can come back next Thursday.
Yeah, we love you being on here.
Yeah,
You're great.
Good time. Please, anytime you'd like. And
Anytime. You've got an open invitation.
Anastasia, Mark, Megan, let's see, Michael, Tim. We had a lot of people tonight in the chat, which is fantastic. And our buddy Game Bouncer Bem, everybody, come on back. It's fun to have your thoughts too. So appreciate your time tonight. Everybody, Good to see y'all on screen and in the chat. Ashley especially. I hope we hook up soon before our plans change this summer. But good to see y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Make sure you like and subscribe to our podcast. So if you like our show, make sure you leave us a review, because the more reviews we get, the better we get. The algorithms, those weird algorithms, they work. So make sure you do that. Leave us a review. Let us know how much you like Angie and Nikki. Not me. I don't care if you don't like me.
Oh, Brad. Everybody likes you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Brad.
Thanks,
Thanks
Ashley.
for
We'll see
coming
you
on,
next
Ashley.
week.
We appreciate you.
All right. Bye, guys.